How's it going? This is Derek Quick with Count Fortune and welcome to the castle. So today we're going to be talking about the Big Short 2. And you might be asking, are they really making a Big Short again? They're not making it yet, but we are living through the Big Short 2. And I'm going to be talking about exactly what I think is going to happen. I'm going to be talking about Michael J Burry. If you don't know, he's the star from The Big Short, the first one they made the movie about. And he predicted the last housing market crisis and crash. And he's a very smart individual. And I'm going to be going over a few of his tweets. I'm going to be going over the market. It just opened about an hour ago. There's some big things in the market overall that I am worried about. I am 50% cash, and I'm also going to go over a couple stocks that I'm looking at, maybe buying this week. And please hit that like and subscribe button below. We're going to jump right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about here are Michael J Burry's tweets. This is something that he said back in February. He said, people say I didn't warn them last time. I did. No one listened. So I warned them this time, and still no one listens. But I will have proof that I warned. He's a very smart man. He says, people always ask me what's going on in the markets. It's simple. It's the greatest speculative bubble of all time. In all things, by 2 orders of magnitude. This is crazy. 2 orders of magnitude. This means this man believes that the market is going to crash. Everything is going to crash. The housing market, the stock market, everything by 2 orders of magnitude. And this, to me, it got my attention when I saw it. And this was back in June 15th. I thought, he started, he has puts, I think, in Tesla. So, he's bearish on Tesla. He's not bearish on everything. So this got my attention, and I started to really pay attention to a lot of his tweets. And I've been going back onto his tweets and seeing exactly what he's been saying. And it's pretty interesting. He says all hype and speculation is doing is drawing in retail before the mother of all crashes. So FOMO, fear of missing out, parabolas don't resolve sideways. When crypto falls from trillions or meme stocks fall from tens of billions, Main Street losses will approach the size of countries. History ain't changed. So it is true. A lot of stuff is just at record highs. I mean, the market, we opened up, it dropped, I think, close to 1%, and now we're already starting to recover again. I think we're down 0.04%. And we're near market highs, all-time highs. This is going to happen. The correction is going to happen. We just don't know when. And there are many things, many reasons why, debt, printing trillions and trillions of dollars, the Federal Reserve buying $1 trillion in mortgage-backed securities over the past 1 year. I mean, that's insane. I mean, do people not see this? I agree with them. Like, we're going to have another housing crisis. We're going to have another market crisis. Some things big this week in the market. So the bond yields are, they're moved mostly lower on Monday morning. So around concerns about economic growth. So some things are happening. The Federal Reserve is going to have to start fighting inflation, whether people believe it or think it or not. It's going to happen. Don't know when, it could be next year, could be year after, but I believe interest rates are going to just start to go up very soon. And it's going to probably be really what starts it all. And another thing this week was the chaos in Afghanistan. It's pretty crazy. I'll just show you a video of that. It's pretty insane what was going on there. I think the hashtag was World War Z. It's looking like World War Z. This is one of the last C-130s getting out of Afghanistan. And as you can see, there's just a lot of craziness going on here. This is the airport, pretty much chaos. Looks a lot like what happened, in the United States in the past year as well. So there's some other crazy videos here. I think of them running into the airport. Just a lot of jokes about it, but it is, it is pretty concerning. One other thing that I didn't really see coming either was China's ports. One of the biggest ports, it's the third busiest. It's remained partially closed for a 6-day. This is pretty big. I think we're going to start to see things catch up with this. I think it's pretty insane though that China is actually closing this port because of the small numbers that they have. If you know what I'm talking about, the Xyrus for World War Z, if you know what I'm talking about. The numbers in the United States have been going up, obviously. Whatever you want to believe, these numbers have been going up. So by winter time, if they're up high, record highs, the market, is that going to be what really pushes it to its brink? I really don't know. All I can say, Michael Burry is a very smart man, and he believes that the market is going to correct eventually. I don't know when either, but I do know that I am 50% cash, and my biggest bet is going to be in uranium stocks. And this week, Sprott via UPC, they're looking to start this ATM process. They're going to be buying, rumor is, $300 million worth of U3O8 in the spot market. They're going to start to try to buy that up. And I think someone tweeted me, I think it's like 2,000% of the actual volume of the spot market for months and months and months that they're going to be just jumping into there. So this should really start uranium prices rising. As you can see here, a lot of these uranium stocks are up huge that I bought 16 months ago. And, we're looking at 1,400% gains in Encore. Now, I'm not looking to buy a lot of these that are still pretty high up right now. I am looking at Denison and UEX. So both of these companies I am bullish on. They both recently bought JCU, which was about 100 million pounds of U3O8, high-grade uranium, and they split the deal. Denison helped finance them, and UEX just got financing from Sprott, of all places. What we just talked about, Sprott, the parent company Sprott. And a lot of people weren't too happy with the financing. Honestly, in this market, things go up and down. Uranium, we knew it would be volatile. I kind of wish that management had handled it a little different. But as of right now, this stock to me is worth over $1 once uranium starts moving. Once uranium starts to break records, I think that stocks like this, it has $120 million market cap, very tiny, UEX. So UEX is going to be one that I keep an eye on to possibly buy more. Also Denison, they have a bigger market cap here. So these two stocks I'm looking at, also Anfield Energy. They have the one of 3 uranium mills in North America, and it's trading, its market cap's 26 million. This is insane deal. I think in a couple of years, we're going to be looking back at this, all these stocks, and we're going to say why didn't we buy more? So, these 3 stocks, Denison, Anfield, and UEX, I'm looking at this week. We'll just look at the S&P 500 right now. Looks like the S&P 500, we're still at about 0.04% down overall. And it looks like the biggest one down today, biggest stock down right now is about Tesla. Amazon's down 2%, Tesla's down 4%. Who would have known, when you're trading at P ratios as high as Tesla. Now, I like Tesla, I like Elon, but it is pretty overvalued. So we're going to look at Denison here. So Denison, it dropped pretty big today, but it's starting to recover somewhat. It just dropped down. The market right now, spot is down. Spot uranium is down a couple dollars the past couple weeks. Summertime is normal for that, but Sprott starts their possible buying spree very soon. Like I said earlier, we back in 19th or 20th of July, I think dropped down to like 91 cents. So I was expecting, with the market dropping, I was expecting it to drop again somewhere around here over the next day or so. I didn't buy it this time. It was on my radar, but I probably should have, because recovered pretty fast. And, I'm looking to add more to Denison. I bought Denison back at 20 something cents last year, March, April. So Denison's on my list. Like I said, today, I'm not necessarily going to buy it unless it drops under $1. It doesn't look like it's going to do that today. Majority of them are down for the past month. This red here is the actual percentage. So as far as the year, I mean, pretty much everything is up in uranium for the past year. And obviously 16 months, we're up massive in a lot of these stocks. I don't necessarily know when spot is going to start to go up. It's like I said, summertime is pretty barren for utility companies and producers to be in the spot market. So investors right now, they're kind of worried. Any investors looking to probably buy spot uranium as well, they're probably looking at the market overall, probably seeing some instability, and they're just waiting. So I think that we're probably going to see little volume in the spot market. So they might walk it down a little bit, but I expect uranium stocks to start to rebound. As winter comes and these cases are going up, and if we get another more shutdowns at the biggest uranium producers, mines, then I'm betting that spot is probably going to be over $40 by the time Sprott starts actually buying physical uranium in the spot market. So it's going to be crazy time. I'm looking to hedge with uranium going into market corrections, going into inflationary periods where the Federal Reserve is going to have to battle inflation, and they're going to start to raise these interest rates. When this happens, I mean, the housing market's going to drop, I believe. I was looking to buy a house in the past year and a half, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for these better prices. A lot of people, they buy at the peak of the market and they're having to pay outrageous housing taxes, and I don't want to do that. I want to be smart. And right now, I'm fine with waiting. The biggest gains in my career in the stock market usually were long-term gains. I've had some good day trades, really good swing trades, but my long-term gains, they're almost always the best. And if you talk to any of the best investors out there, it's a long period. Compounding gains is where you really make the profits. I'm not saying this is going to happen tomorrow. I do believe that we will get a correction eventually, and I think it's going to be sooner than later. But as long as the Fed is tampering with the markets and pumping money into them, and free money everywhere, it's going to continue to go up, in my opinion. But you never know when they're just going to pull the rug and everything is just going to drop. So let me know, do you think the stock market is going to correct? The housing market? Please hit that like and subscribe button below.